I always preferred the tank playstyle in video games. There's just something very satisfying about blocking huge monster attacks and countering it with a big attack of your own. I'll be sitting there face to face with the monster and be like,
Is that all you got, huh? Come on, let's see what else you can do! Are you nuts? Come at me!
and it makes me feel powerful. So when I found out that the heavy Bowgun in mhnow has a shield and the new skill defensive loading allows you to reload when blocking attacks, I made it my personal goal to find a way to make this playstyle work. And in my opinion, the best heavy Bowgun for the job is the Zinogre heavy Bowgun. It has both spread and wyvern ammo, perfect for the tank playstyle. Spread ammo requires you to be up close and personal with the monster to deal optimal damage, and the wyvern ammo's critical distance is limited to mid to close range. So it makes perfect sense to just block attacks and stay close to the monster rather than having to reposition to reload safely. Using defensive loading, we can block attacks and reload at the same time. Now, I had a very hard time balancing the build to have enough defensive loading and guard while still having enough damage. So I performed a series of tests using different builds, and I think I found the perfect build that has enough damage and defensive skills. So let's go through the build and I'll explain why I chose these pieces. The build consists of the mhnow helm for defensive loading, the Kezu mail and Toby waist for thunder attack, and the Baroth vambraces for guard, and the Basarios legs for artillery. Overall, the build has defensive loading level 2, guard level 3, thunder attack 4, and 1 point of artillery. You may be wondering why I mix thunder attack with artillery. I'll explain it later. And you might have also noticed that this build doesn't have any recoil down or reload speed. For recoil, only the spread ammo is affected by recoil down skills, and it won't affect the wyvern ammo. So I felt like it was a waste of space, and if we add more recoil down to the build, we would have to sacrifice damage. So I tested out the spread ammo without any recoil, and to my surprise, perfect guarding attacks actually became easier. I was perfect guarding attacks consistently, cause whenever the monster glows red, I'll just lift my finger off the screen and recover just in time to perfect guard the attack. Based on my experience, having recoil down shoots spread ammo way too fast and I end up running out of ammo. Then I have to wait for the monster to attack so that I can use defensive loading to reload.
This is crazy. You want me to hit you?
That's right.
This is so stupid.
But firing spread ammo without recoil down and perfect guarding attacks may have worked for me, but it might not work for you. So be sure to test it out on your own. Now, I don't have reload speed in this build because we are fully committing to reloading with defensive loading. If we look at the ammo capacity of wyvern ammo, it only has 2 bullets per clip. So equipping the mhnow helm with defensive loading level 2 is more than enough, and having any more will be a waste. But yes, without any reload speed skills, it is extremely risky when switching from spread to wyvern ammo. So my main advice is to only manually reload when it's safe. When I tested out this build, I would always reposition first before reloading, and I would always recover fast enough to either dodge or even block incoming attacks safely. To properly utilize defensive loading, we need to have guard skills to limit the knockback. Upon testing, we need to have at least guard level 3. When using defensive loading, we need to take advantage of every opportunity to guard and reload. That's why we equip the Baroth vambraces and the Basarios legs. The Basarios legs is an important piece in this build, giving us guard and most importantly, artillery. This armor piece rounds out the build with Thunder Attack 4 and Artillery level 1. If we compare the damage between this build and a Thunder Attack 5 build, it outputs almost the same damage. But the downside is artillery only affects wyvern ammo, so unfortunately, spread ammo takes quite a big hit. With Thunder Attack level 5, each spread bullet deals 356 damage, while with Thunder Attack 4, it only deals 324 damage. That's a big difference. That's why our strategy for this build will be to cycle through the spread ammo quickly and reload the Wyvern ammo. Once we have Wyvern ammo locked and loaded, we will use defensive loading to keep reloading it. My biggest advice when it comes to Wyvern ammo is to don't mind the critical distance. You don't have to reposition yourself every time you see the reticle is white. As long as you are not out of range, you will still land the 2 hits with the same damage. Reloading ammo with this build is very risky since we don't have any reload speed, so only reload after a part break or after dodging. Do not be greedy. After reloading the Wyvern ammo, you won't have enough time to fire it off. The recoil is so strong you won't recover in time to dodge or block the next incoming attack. You can also use your special move instead of taking the risk of reloading manually. The main downside of this build is that you can't use it for multiplayer, since we can't rely on defensive loading to reload. The monster's aggro won't be on you at all times, so to improve this build for multiplayer, we need to add recoil down and reload speed. So we'll have to equip the Coral Puke Waist and the Azure Rathalos legs, the Kazumail and the Zinogre Vambraces for thunder attack, and the Acnosom helm for defensive loading. But we do need to drift smelt a lot of skills to round out the build. We need an extra thunder attack from drift stones, and we need to drift smelt our guard skills as well. It's gonna take quite a bit of effort, so don't rush it. You can still enjoy the tank playstyle solo. You can also try a different version of this build using the Devil Joe Heavy Bowgun. You just have to swap out the thunder attack armor pieces for dragon attack, and it'll work. Sadly, we have limited dragon attack options currently in Monster Hunter now, so the best you can do is Dragon Attack 3. We can equip the Devil Joe Waist and the Pink Rathian Mail for dragon attack. But I think our build mixing elemental attack with artillery works better for the Devil Joe Heavy Bowgun since it also has sticky ammo. Sticky ammo also gets buffed by artillery, so you now have 2 ammo types that can take advantage of this skill. But I understand that this playstyle isn't for everyone. That's why you can check out this video next where I show you some long range builds for the Heavy Bowgun. That's it for now. I'll see you guys in the next one.